Saturday, October 13th. That's today, 5:30 to 10 p.m. at the Cross W Ranch out in Howell. That's the Denim and Diamonds event. You kick it up for a good cause. They're raising money. They got some Wild West gambling, barbecue from Block Brewing, wine, beer, spirits, and a cigar bar, music by Carrie Holmes. They're going to have line dancing, live auction, a raffle, and fireworks to end it all at the end of the night there.
So place to be, folks. Go there.
Tickets are $100. So you get to gamble and eat and drink and have a great time for $100. That's $100.
Yeah, but
you're going to spend that at the bar anyway.
You get fireworks.
And you get fireworks. It's a local, independent, nonprofit organization. All proceeds will stay right here at home and help victims of child abuse and interpersonal violence from our community. So La Casa is a great group of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great event, Denim and Diamonds. You can reach them at 517-548-1350. That's 517-548-1350. Or go to lacasacenter.org, LACASACENTER.org. Okay.
Mick, you've done work with La Casa, right?
Yeah, so I often work with a really great guy named Scott Mixer. He owns Mixer Media, and he does work for La Casa. So they're a great group.
Great.
Yeah. We've got a call from Gary in Hazel Park. Wants to ask you, Nick, about Berkeley.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Gary. What do you got?
Hey, Nick. Hey, when you were there at Berkeley when the riots were going on, was it kind of like a surreal or out-of-body experience for you? Because I remember when I was doing security, and I was just like 15 or 20 guys fighting. It was all in slow motion, and you couldn't get it all in. Was that the same experience you had?
Sort of. I was definitely pretty shook up. Heart was pounding, hands were shaking a little bit, but it was also kind of exhilarating at the same time. So I had my camera. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sproul Plaza and the Martin Luther King building, but that's where Milo and the crew and myself were. And I had my camera, and I had walked out onto the balcony to film. And this footage is up on YouTube. It's also in the film. And there was thousands of people down below, and they started to recognize myself and a few other people up there. And so they were throwing eggs and rocks and M80s up at us, actually. And so it got to the point where I had to get back inside, or I was going to get hit with something. And then that's when the fire alarm went off, and we had to be evac'd because they had broken through the glass in the bottom of MLK building, and they had rushed the building, so we had to get out of there. So for me, I wouldn't say it was slow motion. I think I was just pretty scared.
Yeah. Outrageous. What else you got, Gary?
Well, I understand that. I was a non-combatant. Nobody touched me. I had a badge on, so I was not a victim of anything. But thanks for doing what you're doing, and I appreciate your age. We need as many younger people as we can to get involved in this to save the Union.
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. I hope to see you at the red carpet.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Gary. Have a good one. Thanks for the call.
See you, Gary.
Bye.
Okay, so the violence of the left seems to be getting, frankly, worse from Berkeley. I thought Berkeley might have been like the culmination, right?
We had a lull, and now it's coming back.
And now it's coming back in spades.
School's back. It was summer. They all went home, and
maybe that's what it is.
And here's what bothers me the most. Normally, the leaders would say, hey, in normal society, let's tone it down a bit. Everybody relax, chillax, take a pill, have a drink, whatever. Sit down and relax. But the Democrat Party,
Maxine,
is upping the ante.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's start with the head of the de facto head of the Democratic Party right now, Hillary Clinton. Derek, you got track one ready? This is her answer to the violence that happened with the Kavanaugh hearings.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
heard this.
You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about. That's why I believe if we are fortunate enough to win back the House and or the Senate, that's when civility can start again. But until then, the only thing that the Republicans seem to recognize and respect is strength. And you heard how the Republican members, led by Mitch McConnell, the president, really demeaned the confirmation process, insulted and attacked not only...
All right, so stop right there. Stop right there. Is that a Goebbels moment or not?
Well,
she just put everything that she said about the Republicans. That's what you were doing, Hillary. That's what you and the Democrats did. You were the insulting people.
That's Alinsky. It's Alinsky projection. You put it on the people that you are attacking. You put your behavior on them. You look at what happened. It wasn't Mitch McConnell who was standing up in the middle of the whole Kavanaugh hearing and had to be dragged out, and all those other people shouting stuff and yelling. Do you want to talk about civility? I'm sorry, I know which side it started on first.
Absolutely.
I just love the use of the word strength.
Yeah, right?
As though it's some sort of diplomatic thing. The only thing they understand is strength. What they're doing isn't strength.
Yeah,
it's not.
Here's what bothers me so much about Hillary, on top of the hypocrisy there, is the fact that I'll stop and start being civil when you reward me for my bad behavior and give me back control of the House or Senate. Then I'll start being civil. Ask yourself a question. Will she? Or will they double down and then it becomes retribution? This is what we'll do to you now, America, for throwing us under the bus and not choosing us last time around. We're going to now punish you even further, because that's what those people do.
It's what children do. It's it's called a tantrum.
Yeah.
I didn't get my way. I'm going to throw stuff. I'm going to yell stuff until I do.
All right. So let's take it a step farther, shall we? Eric Holder, former Attorney General, Law and Order, Eric Holder, really?
I think even Michelle Obama contradicted him. I heard something, of all things, Michelle Obama was saying, no, what Holder said is not responsible.
She did say that?
Yes, it amazed me. I hate to hear the words coming out of my mouth.
If that is true,
yeah.
Because you know what? When you do good things, I'm going to give you credit for it. Michelle Obama, if you chastise Eric Holder for what he is about to say right now, then good for you, Michelle.
It was a twist on her words. I think she took it personal.
Yeah. So, Derek, you got track two. Let's listen to the next part of the Democratic Party. Go ahead.
They have used the power that they have gotten for all the wrong things. They want to keep themselves in power. They want to cater to the special interests. It is time for us as Democrats to be as tough as they are, to be as dedicated as they are, to be as committed as they are. Michelle always says, Michelle Obama, I love her, you know. She and my wife like really tight, which always scares me and Barack. But Michelle always says that, you know, when they go low, we go high. No. When they go low, we kick them.
And they applaud that.
Fight. You hear them?
Yeah. It's an incitement of violence, which is unconscionable, coming from the leaders of the Democratic Party.
It wouldn't be so bad if it weren't true. And when you film people lying on the ground in Berkeley being kicked while they're unconscious, you realize that that's not a turn of phrase.
A lock and a sock. Yep.
Yeah. He's calling them to violence.
Yeah, it's
like Maxine did.
Yeah,
right?
If a Trump supporter is in your restaurant, you should drive him out of there.
Yeah.
Well, and Ted Cruz and his wife being chased out of a restaurant. Mitch McConnell and his wife being accosted in their front driveway of their house.
And Coulter chased down the street. Happens every week.
Sarah Saunders.
I guess you got to look at it this way, folks, because if they can do this to the powerful, let's call a senator a powerful person, Mitch and Ted Cruz, so they probably have some type of body. What happens when Gary part-time talk show guy, or Ed newspaper owner, or Nick the movie guy, they don't like you? Well, are they going to show up at one of your houses this weekend, next week, the day after your movie? Somebody going to show up at your house?
They could.
They won't like the results.
No, they won't.
I guarantee you that.
I love you, Republican guys.
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's take a call from Alex in Plymouth. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hi, Gary. I just wanted to point out that academia is just embedded with the left. That's where they go. They go to colleges and college campuses, and they use people that might not have as much experience as normal folks. You know, they're 18, 19, 20, and they use them as a way to hide and trump up a crowd, or bring up a crowd to go and create violence. And the idea that Berkeley was the scene in the 60s of the free speech movement since they've gained that free speech, all they're trying to do is try to shut down the free speech of conservatives and patriotic Americans.
Yeah, instead of being free speech for all, now it's free speech if you agree with me, and that's it.
Yeah,
right.
To where you're afraid to tell about your neighbors who are about to commit a terrorist act.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's just like Animal Farm. It's like some animals are more equal than others, and if they gain control, this is what we have to expect.
Yeah. I always go back to my world history teacher in high school, Mr. Menard, who he was the first guy to tell me the quote, and I don't remember who made this original quote: "Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely." But for me, it's also those in power want to retain that power or grow their power. That's just the human nature, it seems like, whether you're Republican or Democratic. Once you're in power, you want to retain that power, and the Democrats are fighting like heck to get it back right now. And obviously, it doesn't matter how they do it. They're willing to do anything.
Hey, I'll give an example of somebody that's not true of, because I like to think outside the box here. George Washington, he gave it up. One of our founding fathers.
Yeah.
But you won't find the left doing that, though.
Yeah. You do see it occasionally, right? A good ultra. Oh, man, I'm losing my train of thought.
It's two of us.
Yeah.
Nick, save us. You're young. You have a mind left.
Well, great call, Alex. We've got some. We're just loading up on the phone lines. Anything else?
No, a great show, and I'll be filling in my absentee voters ballot tomorrow, and it's going to be a red wave.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Alex.
See you,
Appreciate
Alex.
it. Let's take a call from Ken in Livonia. Ken, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I just want to address the issue of self-defense, and that is, once again, law-abiding citizens, they need to go out, legally buy a firearm, learn how to use it, join the NRA, and that's the best way to defend yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with a gun, there's other ways of defending yourself. But I say it's time to kick their butt across the street and break every bone in their body if they attack you.
If they
attack you, yeah.
Boy,
if they attack you, it's called self-defense. And no more Mr. Nice Guy if they attack you.
Yeah, well, you have things like the Kimber Guardian Angel, which has got 2 shots of tear gas that come out of it at like 70 miles an hour. It'll take a man down. So if you don't want to be carrying a gun, you do have alternatives.
The 2 hours before this show that Dick did on Trigger Talk about self-defense, that was just a tour de force of self-defense.
Yeah. Right. Too bad I missed all that. Well, thanks, Ken. I appreciate the call.
Take care.
Let's take a call from Joe in Wyandotte. Joe, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I really wish this film was in theaters nationwide. This is important. People see it. And I think the whole after-credit thing really goes back to Ferris Bueller and the "what are you still doing here" scene.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He one-upped us,
Yeah, and I'm wondering if there's another important film coming. Unfortunately, they didn't get their act together. It won't be out before Election Day like we need it to be, about the university nonsense. Adam Carolla and Dennis Prager's No Safe Spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll basically phrase it this way. My people know their people, and I know that their people are working on that film as well. But the selfish businessman in me is glad that we're going to space it out. We have D'Souza and Moore. They had their weekend. Then hopefully I'll be able to put mine out there and push the election and toward the red wave. And then when Adam and Dennis get their film out there, I think it's just going to be a steady stream of right-wing content, which is really what we need right now.
Yeah.
Is your film going to be shown anywhere other than this Howell premiere?
Yes, it will be available on Vimeo on demand, so you can get it on your phone or your computer or your television or anything like that. Just go to howtokill14people.com and you'll get all the information right there.
Joe, it's up to you. You've got the connections, all your Facebook friends and groups. Push it.
Yeah, try and get people.
I will be. Already sent out links.
All right, great. Well, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Take care, my friends. I love you.
See you, Joe.
Love you too. All right, and speaking of Joe, I should have kept him on the line for a minute. Tomorrow, debate, Stabenow, and John James.
Yeah.
And so try and tune in to that, folks. I think they're coming out of Wood TV, maybe Grand Rapids tomorrow. So you might have to go to Wood TV. And then on Monday, they're doing a second debate, I think.
I'm sure it'll be on YouTube, too, so you can always catch it.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. And it's important. We're going to plug it right now. Folks, get out. Vote red November. I feel like I say this every election. It's the most important election ever this time around. It's the most important midterm because if you don't, the Democrats have already said